Hi everyone, this is Mr. Fusion Designs and welcome to our channel. Today we are doing a build from Fanhome. It is the Fast and Furious Bill Bryan's Nissan Skyline GTR Pack 18. So this is pack 18. You could see we are doing 93, 94, 95, 96, 97 and 98. We have received another folder. I have to, well, it's coming to the end of this build, so there's no point of updating out. I don't know why I didn't do that in the first place. So we're gonna remove these magazines and take a look at this magazine. This is issue 93. We're coming very close to the end of this build. Can't believe that flew past, but as of yet I have highly enjoyed this build. Okay, some more. So we are reducing a lot of our cables and we are just mounting our spoiler, and a few more LEDs needs to be in place, and that's the end of this issue, how it looks. So this is the parts. I show our parts. I tell you why. Sometimes you need to have a reference on what parts come in what issue, and you might have a part broken or missing and you want to come back to which issue was those parts, and that's the reason why I do this. Otherwise I could just fly past this, no point of doing it. So you have the boot lid and a screw, a lens and one screw. So that's interesting how they did that. So we're gonna get this fitted. We have our boot lid and our spoiler, which I love. That looks really good. I really like that. So I gave it a bit of a clean. It's quite easy. So you could see there's two pins. I guess we could do this. Two pins that will line up with those two holes. Let's pop that in like that, and we need, that looks really good, two screws. So let's just hold that like that, and these two locations right in the middle, let's get that in its place. Falls off my screwdriver. Let's try that again. There we go. So that's one, and I'm gonna get the other one in and I'll be back with you. That's both of them. You could do that quite tight, but be careful. And that looks absolutely great. And I like the angle I did on that, because if you could remember in our previous pack, you can adjust the angle of the spoiler, which I think that's really good. I like that. So I'm gonna leave mine like this. I like the angle, and we will move on to the next stage. I'm sorry, I had one more part that I completely missed. I thought this was a screw, but it's not. So it's some kind of part, I'm not sure, and I don't think it goes a certain way. Just making sure. Let's just push this slightly in, then I guess we could position that to be, oh, I know what it is where you put your key in. So get that straight. Wow, even thought of that. That's excellent. So I'm just trying to straighten that up before I fully push it in place. get that pushed in. It is very tight and you don't need anything else to be done with that. So that looks great. So we need to take K and H away. Perfect. So K and H, we need to install these two. We have a pillow. Let's just put this here. Absolutely love this build. So let's turn this over. H needs to go onto this side. So I'm not sure. Let's see. Just here. And that's very loose. I will put some resin in that because that's way too loose. I got the resin from Amazon, from World of Wayne's Amazon store. I'm not too sure if it's still on there, but it has so far done the trick with most of everything I've done. And let me just see, is it a certain way? It's saying flat, so on the picture is flat, like that. So let's keep that flat. And we're just gonna put a drop, hold the LED in place, push it in, and get your torch with the UV light. Don't use super glue or anything like that because it can damage the LED. So you only need to wait a couple of seconds, and as you can see, that's firmly in place. So that's great. So let's check now K. K is this one, the green and blue. So again, on the opposite side, this one's a lot more tight. So that's good, I guess. Don't really need to put resin on that. But so let's try and get just a bit of resin just on here. Good thing with that, you can maneuver it. It doesn't stick until you put the light on. So hopefully you could see what I did. And again, because I need two hands, push that against the part and blast that with the UV light. Like I said, a couple of seconds, and that would hold in place. And there we go, perfect. So those K and H has been installed, boot lid fitted, and we have these parts left over. So let's move this out the way and move on to our next issue. This is issue 94. Let's take a look at our magazine. Oh, that's nice. Wow. Okay, trunk lid. So we will install our light. We need some more LEDs from our circuit board, and we are still getting it ready. So let's just show you the parts. So this is the parts. Like I said, there is a reason why I do show you the parts, because something might be missing, or you need to come back to it and find what part is what and what screw comes in this pack. And I guess this is a good reference. So AM AAP screws, and that's another AP screw inside, and we have two silver brackets, the boot lid, like I said, AP screws and KP screws, and these two parts. So that's what we will receive in this pack, and let's get this fitted. So we need our trunk lid reinforcement, that's what it's called in the magazine. Now this bracket, I guess we can do this again. So this bracket would go just into the hole and slide that through, just like that. And with that we need 2 KP screws. So if it's a P after, you know that's going in plastic, so no oil required. So that's the first one. I'll get that in and I will come back. So that's both of them screwed in place. And now what we need is these 2 brackets. So they are like that, the exact same. And hopefully you can see what I'm gonna do. You just slide that on through the hole, and you need 2 AP screws, again going in plastic. So this is the first one. I need a bigger screwdriver for that. So I'll get this in and we move on. So that's one. Now on the opposite side, just here, slide that through the hole. Again, KP screw. I am really enjoying this build. I think it's great. So let's get them in. Excellent. So that's both of them now screwed in. And now we need some wires. We need some wires. Well, wire. We need J. I found it. It's just here. So let's just remove J from here. Let's carefully take that out. So that's J. And with that, we need to put this LED needs to slide in just into this gap. And actually we need to get this around. So I guess we can go to an angle and bend this slightly just to get this round. And we need to go something like that. So we need to cut 2 pieces of tape off and install our LED. But I'm gonna just bend this slightly like that. And I probably will be using a bit of resin to hold that, because I don't want that to be going anywhere. So I think that's okay. So I cut 2 thin strips and put one, I guess I could do one just here. First, let's bend this around towards here. And we will get one in place. Or we can probably, I think what they're showing us is to do that. And that way that holds this down. But it does a bit, but we can do better. And get this around here. And put one more just at the rear of this. Making sure it bends through here. Let's get this a bit more flat. And just like this. There we go. You don't need to see me doing every LED with resin. You have the idea, so I'm gonna put a bit of resin on that just to hold that in place. And we got some more parts to come in, so I'm gonna put the resin first and I'll be back. We have our part. It's starting to take shape. So what we need to do, I did put one more tape here, so you could see, and put a bit of resin. That's now firmly in place. Turn that over, and these two shafts, we need to put two AAP screws. So from this direction, I have another screw there. From the inside, we'll just go onto the parts we screwed in place. And it doesn't matter which one is which, they're both the exact same. Be careful, it's going in plastic, so you don't need to overdo it. And that should be fine. And one more on the other side. And just here. So that's both of them screwed in place, and it looks excellent. Really like that. So now we need to bring over our boot lid. So this is our boot lid, and we've probably need to go a bit closer. Let's go like this. So like this, and in an angle that is extremely loose, and like I did before, there is probably, you need to put the cover back and it will hold in place, but I'm just gonna put a drop of resin. So far this has been my best friend, and need to just squeeze this in. I don't have a lot of resin in my bottle, I need to top it up. Just go down the line, and that will hold nicely. And same on the other side I'm gonna do. And that will hold our lens, and it won't do anything to the color of it because it cures clear and it doesn't damage anything. So like before, I'm gonna do this and get our other parts back. So I have this back here, and our reinforcement trunk lid just folds in place just like that. So we have these parts, and I'm not sure if you can see, where is it gone. Just inside is a L. You might find that. The other one is a R, and we need to just screw this in place now. Sorry, like this. So in this direction, and we need, with that, 2 AM screws. So let's just get one in place. Be careful your spoiler. A little bit fiddly. Maybe this one first. So that's it. That's one. Let's do it slightly screwed in place. Let's get one more. So that's both of them now screwed in. We need to do the same on the opposite side. So I'm going to just get that done, and I will be back with you. There we go. That's both of them screwed in place. That's now in place as well. Let's just push these forward so they don't break off. And that looks excellent. We are left with these two parts, and that brings us to the end of this issue. So let's just remove this and move to our next issue. This is issue 95. So far, I'm really enjoying this pack. It's excellent. Nice. I like that. Trunk multimedia system. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'll be doing something with this. So this is what we need to do. I'll bring over our parts. These are the parts in issue 95. Let's just open this up. Have a look. See what comes in. And there's no screws, so you can see that. So that looks excellent. So let's get on with this. So we have this part and this part, which I love the color. It's an orange color. You might be able to see that. And it will go only one way, and it's just a push, but we carefully will be doing that. And as you've seen, it just pushes on and holds in place very well. Now we need this part, which is, let's just show you here. The detail on this is amazing. Now we need a JBL emblem. And again, I don't believe it needs to be a certain direction. Let's just see if that is the case. It's more likely in the middle. No? So let's do it like this. And get that pushed in place carefully. Well, that does not line up very well. So it is a certain way, perhaps the other way. Let's just push that out carefully. I didn't push it all the way, which luckily. So I did it this way. Let's try this way. And yep, it is a certain way. So make sure before you fully push it in place that it is in the correct position. So you can see that that looks really good. Let's just show you that close up. So like that. And now we push that in. It's quite easy to remove. If you do get that in the wrong way, just push these out. And that is now the correct way. This is issue 96. Last issue was quite fast, but still enjoyable. And see, we are continuing with our trunk multimedia system, and as you've seen in our previous packs, I have modified my screens, so I'm not sure if I will be doing the same with this, but let's take a look with our parts. So our parts are here. I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to see. I will build it now. And I will see if it is possible to modify, which more likely it is. So AP screw, and that's what we will receive in this pack. So let's open it up. So we have our screen, and it is this GTR. It would be a shame not to modify this, so I probably will give it a go. And with this, you need to get it in this position. It's easier if we do it like this. Let's do it that way. That way you won't get mixed up. So in this position, just like that. And now turn this over. Make sure that's pressed down. And we're gonna turn it like this also. And here you can see this is slightly more towards the top. So turn that this way so it's facing downwards. So you can imagine the screen is more towards the top of this. And this will just fit over the top. And we need 2 screws, AP screws. And we're gonna get this in place now. So this is the first one. Don't overscrew it. And this is the... So that's both of them now screwed in place, which looks good. Now we need to get this part, and with the pegs facing downwards, just like that. And now we need to get 2 more AP screws in here, just in this position. So that's now screwed in place, and this is done. So that was a lot of fun, quite easy to do. So that's the end of this issue. Okay, this is issue 97. So this is the magazine. And trunk multimedia still, and subwoofers, JBL subwoofers. Wow, this is gonna be good. Okay, let's get on with that. These are the parts in issue 97. Let's just cut that open. Make sure everything is inside. And we have AP screws, and these are our speakers, which look amazing. I can see a JBL emboss on there, so let's get this fitted. So with the speaker, what we need to do, this is the left side, so like that. We need to, with the JBL, there is 2 pegs, and they go into these 2 holes, so just like that, and line that up. There we go. Push that in, and now let me push that in more. There we go. Now we have this part, which is the back of the speaker, and you see 2 more holes with 2 pegs. Let's see if we can get better view. There we go. Like that. Push them in. Perfect. Now the last piece. This is the last piece that needs to go on. Line them parallel with these grooves. Perfect. And this, hopefully, you need to get it onto this side, and when it shows JBL, turn it over. Let's make sure it's JBL facing that way, so you have that now in place. And we need to get 2 screws, which are AP screws. So let's put our 2 AP screws in place. They just need to go here. That's the first one. Excellent. So that's both of them screwed in, and that looks really good. So hopefully you could see that way, facing JBL that way. And I think that's amazing. Let me just get that there. So that brings us to the end of this issue. Let's move on to the last one. This is issue 98. And this is our last issue of the pack. But please stick around to the end. I have a surprise for you. And I think you're gonna like it. And we're gonna just do the opposite side. But there's a few things we're gonna do. So let's get on with this. These are the parts in issue 98. Let's just open this up and take a look. Should be the exact same as the other one in 97. So AP screws and our speaker parts. So hopefully this should be quite fast, and then I'm going to show you the surprise. So our JBL speaker is here, and as you can see, now with this part, this is the right side, and face your JBL this way round, so it will line up with the other side, and that should be the correct way. So let's just try find the hole, push that through, just like that. Now this one, there's two holes, two pegs, line that up also, and push and click. There we go, perfect. And this will just slot in place, but remember to get these lines into those holes. So that's great. Now with this, you can see the JBL facing this way. So both of them are facing the correct way. And we're gonna just screw this in place with AP screws. So let's just get these two in its place. This is the first one. So that's now screwed in place, and I'm happy with that. So that's how it looks, and it's facing the correct way. You can see I made a much bigger hole, and there is a reason for that, and I'm going to show you now. So I have made these parts, and it is, I'm going to put a TV, well, display, TFT display, and this will go just in here, and you could see the slot where the cables will be coming through. So I'm going to get the cables and show you how it would look. So just stay there, it won't be too long. So these are our cables, and we're going to just feed each and every one through this hole, and I'm going to show you how it looks. One more just here, goodness me. There we go, there. And that's ready. Let me get our screen. So this will now feed through. And I didn't take the supports off there, the holes. I didn't sand it down. But that should be fine. So just plug this in now. Great. So that's plugged in. And this will go just here. And bend it a bit, the cables. There we go, that's better. so that fits quite flush. We will take our sticker off in a minute. Let me just put this here. So that's our facial. That's the old one. So this is the new one. And we just will put this in its place. I'm gonna just carefully push that in. Just give me a second. And I think that came out quite good. It's just about the same as that one. So you could see not much difference. I put the logo inside, 2 more buttons at the top. And with that, we will take now the sticker off. That's satisfying. And this will go just like that. You can see I done quite a lot of work measuring that up. And with the same screws that we removed, will go exactly in its place. And just screw that in. So that's one. And we have one more on the opposite side. And that is both of them now. So I think that looks, I really like that. That's, wow. To tell you the truth, that's the first time I have installed it correctly, so it is with you. And this will eventually plug in like that, and it will turn on. So I won't show you it turned on at the moment. You have to forgive me about that. When it is actually installed, I will turn it on and show you how it is. I did crack it a bit, so I might need to replace that or repair it. And that is it really. So I'm happy the way this is looking. And with that said, we have done this. And we have done our boot lid. Has really taken shape. So with that, if you could hit that notification bell, it will alert you to all our latest videos, and that will be great. Thanks a lot for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all next time.